This video is a second part for those at DMACC wanting to set up their grade book for weighted grades. So I've got a course here that I was using before on the first video that had just a total category, or total grade, and then percentage and letter grade. Now if I want to set up a weighted grade, that's a little bit different. In that situation, I'm going to use this weighted grade total, and I'm going to go ahead and set that as external because that's really what I need to report. And if I hit edit column information, its default is percentage, and that's really what I want to display. And that's good. So what I don't need probably anymore is a total. So I'm just going to go ahead and just delete that column because I don't really report out or even need to know their total points. I always want to know what their weighted grade is. So I'm going to hit delete column there. And then I don't need this total grade that's associated with the points. These are the ones I made in my other video, so I'm going to get rid of those. So what I do need is I still need a last date of attendance. That's in the other video, and that works. And I have this weighted grade. And then what I'd like to do is also have, well, I'll just show you how to set up the weighted grade very quickly. Edit column information. So your weighted grade, very simply, is you pick your categories and the percentage. So let's just make a generic one here. Let's say I have tests, and I click here. And let's say tests are 45% of the grade, and they're proportioned equally within the category. I don't want to hit that. And then I also want, let's say I have some discussions. Let's say that's 10% of the grade. And then if there's not one here, like let's say I don't have final or I don't have quiz or something like that, I'm gonna have to create those columns. So I'll just hit submit for now. Yeah, that's okay. I'll come back and fix you later. All right, so I'm gonna go manage categories, and so I'm gonna add ones. So here's the default ones. I'm gonna hit create category. Say I make one called quiz. Let's make another one called, I don't know, final exam, something like that. You can make as many categories as you want. So now I've got all these categories. Hit OK. Now let's go ahead and edit this thing. Let's edit my weighted grade. So as you can see, we already got 45% for test, 10% for discussion. Now let's say quizzes, I don't know, let's make those worth another, I don't know, 15%. So what are we up to? 45, 55, 70%, and then let's go like homework or just assignments or whatever. Let's make that worth, assignments are worth, let's say 20%. And then let's go final exam, and let's make that, let's see where we at, final exam, okay, 10%. Okay. So as you can see here, my total weighted grade is 100%. This looks good, and I hit submit. So now, whenever the grades start coming in, or I start creating columns, I just have to associate them with the create category. It will automatically create their weighted grade as a percentage. But I also want the weighted grade as a letter grade. So this is very similar to what we did on the other one. I need another total column, so I'm gonna have another weighted. So create calculated column, weighted column, and I'm gonna say weighted grade, and I just put letter, so I know it's going to be the letter grade. Change it to letter, and this is a little not quite intuitive. All I'm going to do is just create, I'm going to click this weighted grade, put it over here, and I just want that to be 100%. So really it's just a copy of what I just did, and hit submit. So now I have a weighted grade that's the percentage, and this is going to be the weighted grade that's letter. I'm going to reorganize these a little bit, put this here, and you know what, I kind of want this weighted grade to be up here in this gray area. We talked about that before, to kind of frozen, so it always stays with whenever I scroll through as I keep adding assignments. So that's pretty much it. I got my last day of attendance. I've got my weighted grade says external, and that's a percentage, and then I have this other one as a letter grade. So I hope this video kind of shows you the way to set up your weighted grade, and the first video shows about how to kind of delete columns, reorganize, and yeah, so I hope this helps people get ready for the spring semester.